Hi Leo, welcome to your Triple Cross reading for the month of October 2018. You can use this reading for your sun, moon, and rising signs. In some months you might identify more with your rising or moon sign instead of your sun sign. So if you know your signs, please do check those videos out for more clarity at this time. Also, I just want to briefly mention that I have been absent from my channel. My subscribers will for sure have noticed my inactivity in my channel, but I had been dealing with a few things. First of all, I am not just a tarot reader. I do manage 2 other jobs besides doing private readings on top of my channel. So it was a lot of work. It was really taxing on my voice, and I was, feeling it when it comes to getting ill. Like my voice was really taxed out, so I needed a little bit of time to recoup. But also I was dealing with the loss of a very close family member. So I just needed to balance out my my feelings, my emotions, so that I could read the energy for all of you guys on this space when I was balanced myself. So thank you so much for hanging in there with me. If you have been a long-time subscriber, I thank you from the bottom of my heart for all of the messages of support, of concern that I have received throughout this time. All right, with all that said, I'm really excited to read for you guys because I am a Leo rising, so this reading will definitely apply to me as well. All right, so down the center we have the King of Pentacles, the 9 of Wands, and the King of Swords. Crossing or supporting that, we have the World card, and this is a supporting card. So what we see here is that you are at a point of completion, of finalizing, of culminating something in your life. This could come in the form of work, of your finances with the King of Pentacles, or when it comes to the realm of ideas, of plans, or of things of a written or spoken nature with the King of Swords. And the 9 of Wands here is a card of qualification, but it also is not quite a 10. So it's almost there. So you're almost at that apex point of being able to wrap up something, and that is exactly what the World card represents. It's the final card of the major arcana. It's the one that ends that sector of tarot, and it goes back to the Fool. So I do see the World card and I do see the Fool here. I know I'm jumping ahead, but there's definitely a sense of endings and new beginnings for our sign. And you could be feeling like because you're almost at that ending point, that you're lacking when it comes to your energy or your vitality. And you might be feeling like you don't have all of the resources that you need in order to make these completions happen, but just try to pull in the energies, because all of the cards, even the positive cards, they all have light and shade. So the positive side, or the light side of the King of Pentacles, is that he is generous, he is dependable, and he is practical. The positive side of the King of Swords is that he's objective, he has diplomacy and grace when it comes to the way he deals with other people and the way that he treats himself. So these are just some of the traits of these kings, and you can definitely pull from the best aspects of these cards so that you can manifest and close up certain chapters, certain things in your life. And for others of you, you might be dealing with these 2 personalities, earth signs, air signs, and whoever these people are to you, it just talks about big personalities because it's 2 kings, and these 2 kings can definitely be one person. Why? Because these are general readings, and all of these energies will present themselves differently for all of us. but it just talks about big personalities that you're going to have to manage this month with a sense of caution, trying not to poke the bear, trying to realize, to know your place, to know when to come in with tact, with prudence, with a little bit of trepidation, but just being respectful really is what I see, because the 9 is also feeling like you're at war and you are barely surviving. So we don't want that. We want to be pulling in from the most positive aspects of these cards, and the positive aspect of the 9 of Wands is that you're almost there. You are definitely qualified, and you possess the ability to know when to come in and when to recede. And that's the key here, to guard your energy, to be able to culminate and to come into this point of endings, of reaching that apex point that we talked about before. Now, in your root area, we have the Ace of Pentacles, the Emperor, and the 5 of Swords. So there's definitely a lot of synergy here with the center, in the sense that there is definitely going to be a little bit of a tricky, difficult person that you're going to have to deal with this month. And I say tricky because they're either an Aries, or because I say Aries because the Emperor is a representation of Aries in the tarot, but it's also a person that denotes a big ego. Let's just say it this way. They think that they know it all. And yes, there's wisdom in the Emperor, don't get me wrong, but they're a little bit difficult. And with this card, these two paired together, it magnifies that sense of difficulty, especially verbal difficulty. The way that they go through life, or the way that they express themselves towards you, is a little bit brash, a little bit harsh, and a little bit like a know-it-all. So the way to deal with these people so that they don't affect your self-esteem or your ability to manifest, or your finances, the worst case scenario, is we don't want that. Take the word of caution, if you will, of the 5 of Swords, that just lets you know that the Emperor does have wisdom. So try to, instead of act with the same kind of brashness or harshness and match this low-level frequency energy that this Emperor has, instead of matching it, just you be the one, like the 9 of Wands here, you be the one that exercises that prudence, that patience, that reticence, and just listens. Listen to the wisdom that this person has in between their know-it-all nature, if you will, because there is a lesson here for you that is worthwhile, it is valuable. But you're going to have to weave through that knowledge. Or if you just feel like it's impossible to deal with this person, even if what they have is of value, they're just affecting your self-esteem and your ability to manifest in your finances, that you don't react and you instead remove yourself from this situation so that it doesn't make things worse, because this person is not gonna want to see your side. So if you are dealing with a person like this, definitely don't make it worse. Just either listen to them or remove yourself from the situation. It's better not to feed their ego by, getting into a verbal match, because that's what they want. So don't give them what they want. It's not worth it. Now, in your recent past, we have the Wheel of Fortune, the Justice card, and the 2 of Pentacles, 2 major arcana cards. So this message definitely will have the most weight in your reading. Why? Because major arcana cards, they color, they give the readings a shape. They have the most weight. They're major for that reason. So in your recent past, we see here this Justice card represents Libra, and we just started Libra season. Especially the first half of the month is Libra season. So it denotes a time where there's going to be radical changes for our sign, and these changes are asking for you to try to find the balance within you. So it's an internal work that it's asking for you to do, and try to find a balance with your finances as well. So there's a sense here of highs and lows, of ups and downs, you know, of beginning and ending of a cycle. We mentioned that before. And yes, just balancing things. If you see the Justice card, she has, you know, she's balancing this, she's balancing this. And it's a trying to find that just the right sweet spot when it comes to your finances and your verbal acumen, because the swords do talk about our verbal strength, and also the written word that is also included in the swords suit. But some of you dealing with a Libra energy, there is a sense here of having to wait it out, tough it out just a little bit more with this person until you find the balance, because there's going to be a sense here of either repeating cycles or of things that come that out of nowhere, because that's the Wheel of Fortune energy. They come out of nowhere. We don't see them coming. And because of that, it kind of throws us off a little bit. So the key to managing all of that so it doesn't affect your self-esteem, your self-worth, or your finances and abundance, all matters of abundance, whatever is of most value to you. That's what the pentacles, the coins suit talk about. It's that we have to try as best as possible to find the midpoint, the sweet spot, the balance. Now, in our crowning position, we have the Knight of Cups, the Page of Swords, and the Temperance card. So we're going to be called to, once again, I feel like the key word for our sign really is, I'm already getting it, is balance. Because like you see the Archangel Michael here, he is balancing two cups, and the cups are emotions, and it's from one thing to the other, and making sure that no water is spilled, you know, but he's doing it expertly. So don't doubt yourself. That's going to be key here, but also it's a feeling of being emotionally exposed, feeling a little bit too vulnerable when it comes to these changes, these things that we're wrapping up as well. And we need to be exercising patience with ourselves most of all, and with other people. And if you are dealing with an air sign, we talked about a Libra here. We do see the King here, and now we see the Page. So I have to mention this because this is definitely happening for a lot of you Leos out there. This could be a Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius, Sun, Moon, or Rising. They have romantic intentions towards you. The situation between you does need a little bit more time. Don't rush it, especially if it's a new relationship. Don't rush it. Take your time. Try to, find a balance between your emotional self and your intellectual self. Also, your words. Once again, they're going to be so crucial here this month. And yes, so this relationship just needs a little bit more time. Now, if you are dealing with a water sign like a Cancer, Pisces, or Scorpio, Sun, Moon, or Rising, this person can help you see a situation or a person, or give you a different point of view on something. So you can definitely learn a lot from this water sign, or this person that is very intuitive in nature, if it's not those signs. Now, in our future position, we have the Three of Cups, the Seven of Swords, and the Six of Pentacles. So what we see here, once again, is this balancing act. It's that theme. And the theme, I see it because for me, the Six is the most balancing of all the cards. For me personally, as a tarot reader, everyone reads cards differently, but personally, it's just a very balancing card. And The balance act will be between your social sphere and your work life or your finances rather. And you're gonna try to have to find a happy medium between the two. So of course, it's a good thing to go out, socialize, spend time with people that we love, if and only if it's not going to affect our finances in a negative way this month. And this isn't just exclusive to finances. Like I said, time is valuable, but trust is also valuable. And that's the segue that I see here with the Seven of Swords, is that for some of us, we might have people in our midst that are going to be engaging in gossip. So do your best not to take part in this situation. Idle gossip is not going to give you anything. If anything, it's going to be blocking more abundance from coming into your life. So try to make sure that your communication this month is measured, has a lot of tact, and has a lot of kindness towards other people and yourself, because nobody is perfect. You aren't perfect. I'm not perfect. We can't expect other people to be. We all have flaws. We all are working on different things in our lives, and none of us know what it's truly like to be someone else. We don't know what someone else is really working with or what their problems are. So let's not judge someone without knowing. Let's just not judge, period, especially this month. And instead try to see whatever it is that you say, like it's being broadcast on all your social media platforms, like everyone's gonna find out. That way no one catches you in the act of gossip, and that affects your sense of balance, of your sense of rootedness, of your stability, and your abundance, your future abundance. Now, in our ego position, we have the Seven of Cups, the Nine of Pentacles, and the Fool card, which we brushed about a little bit earlier here. And what I see is for my Leos out there that have been worried about their finances or their job, their current job, or deciding between taking a different job at this time, there's definitely an opportunity here to start a new job, a side business, or percolate ideas of how to better manage our finances. And it's all boding well. It's all looking good. These new opportunities are good for our sign, so by all means take them. And for other Leos out there, planning some kind of movement, because that's what the Fool card represents for me, is a lot, like, besides going into a new path, is trips. So planning a trip, it doesn't have to be anything fancy. You don't need to go to the, I don't know, seventh wonder of the world, anything big. It can just be going to the lake, going to the park, visiting a park you've never been to, visiting a museum you've never gone to but you've always wanted to go to. Doing something different is the point here. It's going to be key to get us out of our rut, of our routine, because in doing so, it's going to help us see that the grass isn't always greener, and that what we have right now is everything that we need. Not just in the sense of tangible things, of finances and all that. Yes, that is part of this card for sure. But it also talks about our sense of self-worth and feeling good with ourselves, with what we have to offer as human beings, as spiritual beings as well. Now, in our environment area, we have the Nine of Swords, the Ten of Cups, and Ace of Cups. So these here are worries when it comes to someone that we love. This could be a family member, because the Ten of Cups does talk to me about family. But it also talks about long-term relationships, people that we've invested our heart and soul into. Regardless of what these worries are, just know that you are supported. You have beautiful relationships, even though there's some difficult personalities, some people that gossip a lot. there are beautiful relationships here that we can rely on should we need their help. So try not to manifest this Nine of Swords energy. That could be an illness or something like that. We don't want that. Our words, our thoughts will manifest, especially this month. I always say that it does. It's easier to attract negative things if we are negative ourselves, but this month I can't stress it enough. So focus yourself on positivity, on the things that are working, and the things that aren't, see it as an opportunity to grow, an opportunity to troubleshoot, to fix, see it as a puzzle, be engaged, be proactive. But don't give in to low-level frequencies of why me, why is this happening? It can be melodrama. We are Leos. We know we can be dramatic sometimes. So let's not feed into that, because it's going to, like I said before, these low-level frequencies, they can hinder our abundance, and we don't want that. So let's not do it. Now, in the hopes and fears area, we have beautiful hopes, and we have the Sun, the King of Cups, and the Ace of Wands. This has given me a jolt of energy. I love it. So these are hopes of wanting to conquer the month with more energy, a sense of feeling just in a better place emotionally, feeling stable, feeling positive, radiating that beautiful energy and sharing it with other people. There's a sense here of charity, of generosity as well. And something that I'd like to share with you is that as Leos, we have incarnated into this life to share our light with other people. We are represented by the sun, after all, astrologically. The sun is the celestial body that governs our sign, and that's a beautiful thing, but it also implies a lot of responsibility, in the sense that our optimism, our light will have like a domino. It will trickle onto other people. It will maximize and multiply and illuminate the path for other people. It will, if we shine brightly, we can have and leave space for other people to shine just as brightly, if not more so, than they could on their own. So let's use that responsibility wisely, and let's allow other people to shine as we shine brightly ourselves for them. It's just, think of it this way. It's kind of like the more you shine, it serves as a reminder for other people in your midst, like, oh, look at them, you know, doing it, working it, killing it, going out there, pursuing their dreams. That gives them the courage to go in and pursue their hopes and dreams. So that's a beautiful thing, but it's definitely something that we need to be mindful of. All right, now in our outcome for the month of October, we have the Queen of Swords, the Empress, and the King of Wands. So we have appeared in our reading. I love that. My subscribers know that for me as a tarot reader, it denotes more control for the sign that I'm reading if they appear in the reading. And we have at the end of the month, we're gonna definitely feel more ourselves, more in control, and more like revitalized, re-energized. So there's gonna definitely be a sense here of having risen up to task, if you will. So we're gonna start the month one way and we're gonna end it strong. So I love that. I love sharing good news. So what we see here is that sense of hopes that we had for sharing our light. We definitely can. With the Empress is a card of Venus, of love, of generosity, and of being able to give to the people that we love. And just know, once again, I have mentioned this time and time again throughout our reading, but the cards want to talk about it, so I have to highlight it. that our verbal acumen, our words, our written words too, not just verbal, they will have a great impact this month. And we're being called to be the example of tact, of diplomacy, of grace, like the Queen of Swords here and like the Empress. And we are going to be able to manifest greater abundance, especially at the end of the month, especially the last week of the month. So try to manage your time, your resources. That's not just your finances, but your energy, and you will be able to be successful in all of your endeavors and your goals throughout this period. All right, Leo, that's the end of your reading. I hope that this has been of help to you. If you feel like it has, you can subscribe to my channel, give me a thumbs up, or you can share this video with someone else that might need to hear these messages. That's how you can support me in turn for feeling like this has been a guide so that you can better manifest when it comes to the energies that are available to you throughout the month of October. Now, you can also donate. Any denomination is welcome. I have links in the description box below if you feel called to do so. I thank you. Now, I'm also inviting you to follow me on social media. I am on Twitter and Facebook. I'm going to be posting some announcements and promotions in those platforms. I'm also thinking about joining Instagram. Let me know if you are in Instagram. I would love to connect with you guys in those social media platforms. All right, now if you'd like a private reading with me, you can do so by visiting tripletarot.com. I would love to read for you. All right, Leo, I'm wishing you lots of luck, lots of love, lots of light, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.